Welcome to Markets Today. It's Wednesday, the day after Kenya has celebrated the 52nd Mashujaa Day. Yesterday, the 20th of October, Kenya was remembering its long-dated history, which is 52 years and counting. Yesterday, Mashujaas were being celebrated. I hope you are able to celebrate yourself as a Mashujaa or to be able to identify somebody else who's worthy of celebration. We are back today discussing what has been happening on the NSE as well as the sentiment for the week looking ahead. As expected, nothing much is happening this week, largely because of the midweek holiday, meaning that the NSE has been left with 4 trading days. I'll take you through what happened on Monday. I'll also give you an overview of what is happening now. We have a few minutes just before the market closes. Then when we take a break, we will be discussing the recently released GDP numbers. So what? The GDP was down 5.7 percentage points. Should you care? And if so, are there specific sectors that you should be more concerned about over other sectors? But for now, let's take a look at what was happening on the Nairobi Securities Exchange. The data we are looking at is for 19th of October. That was Monday, the beginning of the week. The indices were more or less flat. We had the NSE all share close at 139.7 points. The NSE 20 index was up 1.29 percentage points to close at 1,802.42 points. Slight decline on the NSE All Share Index, which was down almost 3 percentage points to close at 3,210.31. Equity turnover was up for the day, and it was actually up about 47 percentage points to close at 171 million. Today, we've actually seen the equity turnover set to surpass what happened on Monday. Already, 6 million shares have been traded in Safaricom at a price of near about 30 to 30.1 shillings per share, giving us a cumulative turnover of about 200 million as we speak. We await the end of day statistics, which we will be able to share with you tomorrow. Let's take a look at who were the movers in terms of movement, turnover, as well as price. Equity Group topped turnover on Monday, moving 2.9 million shares at 102.73968 million shillings worth of turnover for that particular period. 2.9 million was the number of shares traded at an average price of 34.55. For Equity Group, foreigners were on both sides of the trade, selling out slightly more than they were buying, so it was really dominated by the foreign interest at a price of 34.5. Safaricom also similar performance in terms of the foreigners being on both sides of the trade, selling and buying at the price of 30.1. 2.050 million shares were traded over the day. KCB Group lost a bit of ground in terms of price, and it came down to 37 shillings per share, closing the day with a turnover of 5 million shillings. Centum saw a bit of activity there. 18.5 was the average price that the counter traded over the day, with turnover at 3.2 million. For this particular stock, we saw the foreigners on both sides of the trade dominating activity on this particular stock. Cooperative Bank, 113.9 thousand shares traded at a price of 11.85, culminating in a turnover of 1.349 million shillings for the day. Who are the price gainers? Who are the price losers on Monday? Top movers, Equity Group Holdings, 2.9 million shares traded. Safaricom, 2 million shares traded. Centum, 176,000 shares traded. Then you have KCB and KenGen trading 138,000 and 133,000 respectively. Let's take a look at the price movement over the day. That's Monday, 19th of October. Who was the top gainer? Who was the top loser for that particular day? Stanbic Holdings edged up 9 percentage points to close the day at 84 shillings per share. Umeme was also up there, second day straddling, up 8 percentage points to close at 7 shillings per share. Uchumi gained 7.14 percentage points. TPS, Serena and Housing Finance also gained over the day at up 6.67% and 6.34% respectively, with TPS closing at a price of 16 shillings per share and Housing Finance closing at 3.86 shillings per share. Let's take a look at who the top losers were for that particular day as well. You have there the small caps dominated activity. Olympia was down 4.67 percentage points. We had Curb Bassett also lose ground 4.33 percentage points to 8.4 shillings per share. And a bit of other small caps, Total Kenya, Samir, and as well as Home Africa losing ground over the day. As I mentioned as we were starting the show, today it looks like the turnover will certainly be slightly higher than what we saw the market close at on Monday. As we speak, we've already seen at least 6 million shares traded on Safaricom. Today's turnover could be slightly higher than what we saw on Monday, but not by a huge sum. Possibly we could close the day at 200 million, 210 million shillings traded worth of equity turnover. Outside of that, nothing much is expected in terms of news flows to trigger activity in the market. The big news we're waiting for in this particular season, 9th of November, that's when we expect Safaricom to announce its half-year results. So between now and then, we'll just be keenly following up on the stock to see what is the expectation. I think the key thing we'll all be looking out for on the 9th is to see the impact of customers not paying for transactions valued at 1,000 shillings or less, how this will possibly look like in terms of the revenues. But what is interesting is in as much as possibly a number of people haven't been paying for that service, there's the stickiness of M-Pesa as a service. Perhaps it could be that a new cohort of users has actually been engulfed, now has joined the Safaricom M-Pesa community, and that could be a cohort that could then start using and paying for services in the future. In other words, it's expected that growth might not be as material or as double-digit as we saw last year, but then in the future, we are looking for direction from the management to guide us on are this particular new users of M-Pesa possibly users who could start paying in the future and support the growth. Last reported numbers were up 14%. So that's the key number that we are looking out for when it comes to Safaricom. 9th of November, that's the date to set it up on your calendars. Second other thing we are looking out for is the bank results. Third quarter is already over. That closed at end of September. Between now and mid-November, we will be looking out for Tier 1, Tier 2 banks results coming through. We will be looking at this with a fine-tuned comb just to understand what is happening in as far as non-performing loans and are there opportunities to pick up the stocks at the current valuations. Speaking about valuations on the NSE, the entire market is trading at 9.3 times price to earnings ratio. By all means necessary, that's a very cheap level in terms of looking at the NSE, which over the last 5 years has been trading at an average of 13 times price to earnings ratio. The question is this a value trap or is it an opportunity for you to buy stocks for the future? The uniqueness about this particular reporting period is the impact of COVID-19 on businesses. So yes, it is cheap, and yes, what we are looking for is data points, especially from the bank numbers, to help us understand whether buying a bank at a price to book of 1 times makes sense, or is it that the value of the book is actually not as great as we think. That's a continuing conversation that we'll keep bringing to you between now and the tail end of the year to help you articulate what your investment priorities should be and also help you identify some opportunities to pick up when it comes to the NSE. We take a brief break. When we come back, we will be discussing the GDP numbers. These were published last week by the National Bureau of Statistics. The numbers we're looking at are for the reporting period ended June 2020. The GDP for that quarter was down 5.7 percentage points. It was expected that the growth would slow down. We were just not expecting a negative growth parameter at that point in time. When we come back, we unpack these numbers, look at it on a sectors-to-sectors basis, and see what could possibly be the impact on the overall year-on-year growth numbers. See you after the break.